senti che gira da una stanza a lungomare fino in cima. Le nostre
The nightlife of Messina. So, first of all, I want to know a little bit better you, Amin,
Okay.
because we don't know. Like we meet each other 1 month ago.
Yeah.
Discuss this podcast. But when you come in Messina?
Okay, so I'm in Messina already for 5 years. So I came here when I was 16 years old, and it's already like 5 years that I'm here. And I came here just with my father, but right now, like, I'm a student and I'm working. So yeah, that's just about
You had time to experience it, no?
Of course,
Five
of course, of
year.
course, yeah.
So you experience also the nightlife of
Sure,
Messina?
sure. I'm young, man, of course.
What you can say about the nightlife? There are pros, cons. Where you go, like in the center, you experience also the summer.
Yeah, for sure. Just like this is a big topic for me, and I would love to divide it into parts. So there is nightlife where you're going to hang out, and there is nightlife when you go for a date or something like this. So there is different like places, atmospheres, and all of this. If we take about pros and cons for both of these things, there are a lot of pros and cons about exactly about Messina. So for Messina, I would say that like it's a really like safe city. It's a really calm city. So if you go for a date or like a nightlife, you wouldn't have like problems about of the like dangerous people around. This is good from this side. But after the nightlife, if you don't have a car or if you don't have like good way of transport, then it's a big problem, man. Like I would say this is the cons of the nightlife in Messina. And also there is in Messina, from my experience, I would say there is not too much integrated like music types. There is too much like Italian music types, and as we know in Messina there are a lot of international students. So I would say that's also cons. But apart from that, everything is perfect. For me, the summer in Messina for the nightlife is the perfect season. So, I mean, I would not change anything, any place for that. So,
Here we are with a veteran of nightlife in Messina, Mr. Marco. What
Yeah.
you can say? You agree with Vin?
It's interesting because I agree in a lot of things that you've said, but in most of them, I have to say that there are particular aspects that someone who experienced Messina for a lot of time, like me, from basically when I was born, can notice. Well, first of all, I would like to talk about a parenthesis about the transports. I have to say that now in the last years, the transports are way better than they used to be. Okay, so if you think that they are bad now, imagine how they were when I was 16. Okay, you used to go, for example, at Mama Club. Okay, you go there, you dance with your friends all the night, and then you have to go back home. So you wait for the bus. The bus arrives full. First one. You say, can I say bad words or not?
We will beep our editor.
Okay, I say the bus is full. And now how the should I go home? Okay, you wait for the next bus. The next bus arrives, and for some reason, even if it's not full or something, it goes straight and it doesn't stop. The third bus finally arrives. In the meantime, all the people that were in the club, like they were all together waiting for the bus with you. You managed to go inside the bus with all the other people, and actually you managed to go home. But in the meantime, it was like it's 5 in the morning, and you are still waiting to go back home. So I have to say that in the last years, the viability with transports is way better than it used to be, from my experience. Talking about the nightlife in general, I have to say that there are a lot of things to discuss and problems, and I would like to divide the discussion in summer nightlife and winter nightlife, as you said very correctly, because it's way different aspect. One similarity is that nightlife in general, clubbing in Messina, clubbing scene is problematic for one main reason. Okay, club in Messina and at 2:30 or like 3 in the night. So it's a problem if you enter at midnight because there is a long queue, which is another problem we will discuss, and maybe Karim will tell you more about this. And you basically dance for 2 hours or 3 hours, and then you finish. You go home. It's a problem.
Yeah.
It's failed.
No. Yeah, the problem that he mentioned is that maybe we compare Messina with other cities. One thing that you said that Messina is safe. We are used to it, so I want to ask also for other example where you didn't find like the safeness, what
Safety.
the safety. But in general, yeah, I don't like the fact that you go to club like you have to go early at 9:30 because at 10:30 already there is a queue, like super queue, and you maybe don't manage to go in. A lot of time happens that too much people are in waiting and there is no space. We cannot let you enter.
Yeah, they're just making excuse for you not let.
Yeah, a lot of time happens, and this ruins your night. Also because there aren't a lot of options. No, you maybe we are lucky that we visit different cities. No, you go out. You don't like a club, like go in another one. Here you have to prepare for one club and go all your night there religiously. If you miss it, you go home. Like
No, actually, I wanted to know that, by the way, guys, I'm not Italian, so I love this topic in the way that, like, we will have different aspects on this topic because I am, like, a foreigner living a lot of years and you grew up here. So, like, we have totally different aspects about, like, clubbing, the transport, and the safeness. Because, like, me, myself, I was traveling a lot. And for the safeness that I found in Messina, that, like, how to say, comfort that I found here, I didn't find in another other city. That's why, for me, it's, like, the very, really good aspect. But for the different aspects, even coming to transport, like there is a tradition of Messina buses that you wait for one, it doesn't come for 30 minutes, and after 35 minutes there is two buses already, like
Also free.
Also free, yeah. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
two of them waiting there, but like when you wait there is no bus. So this tradition I never understood, and it's not just about Messina, it's all about all the like Sicily, because in the north parts, let's agree on that, the transport is way better.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, I agree also on the fact that like in Messina you have to like really prepare for one club and try to not go out from there. And if you got in, I mean, and getting in also is a bit of problem because it's a chaotic system like of letting people enter. So about this, but again, like it comes to the difference of clubs in the winter time and in the summertime because
Yeah.
it's totally different cases. So yeah.
yeah, in the winter the situation is a little more without a lot of options, maybe.
Generally scarce during winter. We don't have options.
But what you mean about the safety of Messina? Like I don't know. We experience other cities like international ones, and I don't know. I don't really maybe understand this part because a lot of people actually say, like foreigners, Messina is safe. What aspect? What you
Okay, let's do like this. If we take out Messina in Onda,
mean?
okay, then Messina is totally safe. What I mean by that, for example, like let's say you go out after the clubbing, it's like 4 5 a.m. You can just easily like go to your home and like no one will like look at you in the bad way or like try to interrupt with you because like okay, first aspect is it's small city, so there is not too much people around. But apart from that, like really, even like I have a lot of girlfriends that are my friends, and they say even them like there are Turkish ones, there are Georgian.
You have a lot of girlfriends.
friends. That's another topic.
That's another topic. We will discuss about that where you bring all your girlfriends.
Yeah, so they told me like even a day after they go out, after the clubbing, they can go like easily, comfortably to their homes, like no one is like doing problems. And if we compare it, let's be honest, to the other cities, even in Sicily, it's much safer. Also because of the population, like it's more smaller. There are
This is curious. I want to ask Marco. Marco, did you have ever someone that look at you with bad eyes coming
Well,
home in the from a night?
Actually, no. It never happened to me. I agree that the fact that Messina is actually safe, but I think that in Messina there's a different type of criminality. Okay, it's different from, for example, you go to a big city. I make an example of a big city, Milan. Okay, like Rome, Naples, etc. They are a way bigger city. There is more people, and there is more micro criminality, things like that. In Messina, basically, if you mind your business, let's say like this, even if I don't like saying like that, it's difficult that you find troubles. Like there are fights. I think that fights can happen in Messina, but for stupid reason. Okay. For example, you're walking somewhere, you're going somewhere, and you watch someone in the eye. He could reply to you, "Cazzo vado," for example, no? And they start a fight like this, okay, for like predominance, for reputation, because being a smaller city, there is in a lot of people a mindset that they have to preserve their reputation in the city because it's much more hard, like you feel it more rather than in big cities. In big cities, it could happen that there is microcriminality. There are thieves, like people that try to take you things from you and things like that. In Messina, this doesn't happen. I mean, if you go around with a big chain, I don't think nobody will ever take you from your neck, even because a lot of like all the people in Messina know each other. So if someone does something to you in a way or another, you manage to understand and know who has been unless it's someone that is coming from outside the city. So it's a different type of situation.
like
I think.
I would just interrupt on one note. That's why I said like I'm gonna represent the international side of Messina.
Exactly.
Because like, so as you're Italian, when you look someone in the eye, obviously people here like speak dialect, so you understand what they're saying. But as an international, when they say you something, you don't understand shit. Like okay, in Italian you can understand, but they speak dialect. For me, even like when I came the first year, like there was like I was young and I was having every type of like discussions and everything, and they were speaking to me in dialect, and I was understanding no shit. I was like, okay, ciao, like, and no problem, you know.
Yeah.
That's why different aspects, yeah. But about Milan, about macro criminalities, of course, like if you're getting thieved, you're getting robbed, it doesn't matter you're local or you
Exactly.
are. That's why I'm saying like comparing. There is like different
Pros and
aspects.
cons.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to talk about the thing that you said about in Messina, everybody knows each other. I think in this there is a good a good aspect and maybe a bad one. No, a lot of people say I don't like this, that everybody knows what I do, and prefer to go in another city to maybe experience things. And but there are also good aspects. What do
Yeah.
you think about this?
Well, according to me, the positive aspect is that knowing each other, as I said before, if something bad happened, how to solve it.
Yeah.
You know who has been. If you need something, for example, you actually the main thing is that you develop your friends, your knowings during the year, and you can develop them well because you have all your favorite people that are there. Maybe the friends of your friends that you also know and you hang out with, they are also your friends and you become friends. So I think that socially Messina it's a paradox because even being close and all the people are knowing each other, it's way more social because everybody knows each other. And when, for example, when you go out, okay, you go in the city center, you have a walk during a Saturday night, and you are with your friends, you meet the group of the friends of your friends, the group of your cousin, the group of your etc etc.
We every day we exit. Hello, man.
Hello man 100 times. So this is a good thing, this is a good aspect. The negative aspect is that a lot of people are feel closed. It's feel closed because they are maybe a bit ashamed of the reputation they have. As I said before, they are closed because know that if they do something, if they have an interaction with anybody, of course it's how social interaction work. That person will tell their friends, they will tell their friend of the friends, etc. So they are a bit more restrained in basically socializing in this way. So it's actually even that it does its own pros and cons that we have to consider.
Hey guys.
My idea.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like this. Imagine, like, as I said, like I came here like 5-6 years ago, but already I know more people here than my own country. Like, it's crazy. Like, here the pros is that like you can do like really good networking, and I love that everyone is more or less friendly here. So it's really easy to get easy going with everyone, and you get to know a lot of people. But the cons is like Messina is a city in which or either you get sociable. If you get sociable, you will have a lot of people that you know. But if you're scared about your reputation or something like that, and you don't want to be known, then you just have to like keep talking to anyone, because Messina is a small city. Everyone
Totally
knows
agree.
each other. Yeah. So like, either you have to like close yourself, either you have to be open. There is no like middle.
Exactly.
Not like Turin or Milan, that like it's a big city. You see someone, tomorrow you don't see them. Like in Messina, there is even people like I see every day. Like sometimes I don't want to see them, like I see them every day. So yeah.
Where are you from, Amin?
So I'm half Azerbaijani, half Turkish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turkey, like.
Where have you born?
I was born in Azerbaijan. Yeah.
Okay.
I was born in Azerbaijan, like, but from my father's side they're like Turkish, and from my mother's side they're like Azerbaijani. Yeah.
What you do here in Messina? You study?
So there are parts that I can say, there are parts that I cannot say.
Ok, it's a good. Si è ambientato bene, insomma.
Yeah.
You are deep.
You integrated well.
Yeah, I can say I integrated well. For the parts that I can say, I'm just studying. Like, I'm last year civil engineering student in Messina, and I'm also working. Like, I'm working on my own company. I'm trying to develop it, and I'm here with the podcast. I love it.
Yeah, you developing a company here in Messina, like is an online company.
Yeah, it's online and offline company. It's designed to help the non-European students about their future study abroad and everything. And so it's like let's say the helping company that builds futures for other students that wants to study in Europe, in America. So this type of stuff.
Basically, you started from your problems that you had
Exactly.
when you moved.
Yeah. I took like myself for the example, and now from my experience as I'm integrated, I mean, I swear, like if they ask me where you feel more local, I would say Messina, because like I moved at 16 and I have a lot of problems, and I faced a lot of things that I want to integrate to the people that are new coming. That's why I'm trying like even my best in the international phrase of Messina to help like newcomer students, also students that needs to come to Messina. So yeah.
What you would suggest to a coming student to do in Messina, like to experience the nightlife, or in general to go out?
Yeah, well, if you experience a lot nightlife, then it's bad. It's really bad, and you will be like broke. But yeah, like actually, I would like, there are a lot of things to give advices and everything. But the first thing I would advise is that like Italy is a really beautiful country and it has a beautiful language. So the first thing they need to do is keep forgetting English and just try to talk with Italian, even if it's broke, because you are living in a country in which there is an official language and you have to learn that language. Like you can't just like go around just with English and like be like because in Sicily, let's be honest, there are not too much people knowing English.
Yeah,
That's a problem actually.
That's a problem.
That should be discussed, yeah. And you have to take it in your advantage. I mean, like even taking me as an example, if I wouldn't know Italian, if I wouldn't know, like if my father wouldn't teach me Italian from like childhood, I would not be able like to socialize. I will not be able to socialize with you. Maybe with you I could, but like with the barman, no. With the other people, no. So this is hard way, like especially in Messina. If you don't know Italian, it's gonna be really hard.
Yeah, Messina, Italy in general, but in particular Sicily, in particular more than that, Messina. It's not like a multicultural city, okay? In the term that also the population, like nobody knows English of the older
It's
people.
becoming.
It's become from with the new generation, or like the old generation that like worked as I don't know, engineers, where it's like a topic where you have to know English basically. So yeah, I agree.
I mean,
with that.
they have also right, because when you're working as an engineer in Italian company in Sicily where everyone talks Italian, why you need English, right?
Yeah.
But I love about Messina that it's improving. It's actually improving the university side, the language side. There are a lot of new things opening. So I would say like actually year by year there is more support for new coming students, like really big support. So I'm satisfied, like, and we are trying to do everything for the newcomer students. That
I'm curious. Like, if the question that I said before, like, what you would suggest to a new person to experience Messina, like, three things that you should do, like
Okay.
in Messina. I have like examples, but I want to hear from you, like.
Okay. First thing special about Messina is granita. So you have to try granita. And it's like,
Arancino second.
yeah, arancino second, and this is like really good things. First thing, let's generalize it.
Yeah, food.
The
Yeah.
food, 100% food in Sicily is amazing, guys. Like as you come, just go to Italian restaurants and enjoy it maximum you can. The second thing is traveling, like in Messina, in Sicily in general, because it's really beautiful. I mean, come on, guys, it's an island. Like enjoy the life. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing thing. And
Something that remains inside you, like as Messinese. Me personally, I can say, I think also Marco. Okay, there are a lot of beautiful places in the world. When I look at the Strait of Messina, I say,
My heart opens.
yeah.
My lungs
I
too.
I burn there.
I mean, like there is bad thing. It's in general that like whenever, even if it doesn't matter. For example, take a person that lives like 20 years in Miami. They will not understand the beauty of the Miami because they're living there. For them, everything is normal. For example, like for you guys, let's say there are some things in Messina that they are like normal. But for internationals, they're like, wow, like this
agree.
is something crazy. Like how
I've
come?
experienced it a lot when I've been in Erasmus in Serbia for 6 months. And while I was there, I really understood the lack that we have here living in Messina. I managed to, when I came back, to see way better the positive aspects of the city, of the landscape, of everything basically. Also about the people, yeah. So I agree on that. Totally.
Yeah. So I would say food, traveling, landscapes, and there are actually a lot of interesting facts about Messina that people don't know. So I would say like go indulge about the history of Messina, and like it's amazing. And what I can say else, like
It's a good preview, like for experience that you can do here. I can suggest doing a rostuta, that is a barbecue, or to say in English, that we do as a tradition.
exactly.
Like if you like fishing, you can like there are a lot of experience that you can do, like boats that I've been you know, the feluca
Yeah.
is the type of boat that fish swordfish.
Exactly.
I had the opportunity to do it. It is incredible, like it's spear fishing.
It's like, I think a thing that is unique in all the world. Like,
Yeah, exactly. No, even me, like, me, for example, like, I actually forgot saying about it, but like every night when I have free time, I just take my fishing rod and I live 5 minutes from the sea. So I go just to fishing. It's like amazing. I mean, living by sea, if you like the sea, it's like heaven. Like for me, actually, it's like a heaven. Like you have the sea near to your home.
yeah.
And in summer, there are too much things to do. Like
Which part of Messina are you living?
I am living like in center, I would say. Like,
Okay.
yeah. In
Okay,
center.
okay. We are from the southern part of Messina, so
Yeah. As I understood from Messina, like most of the locals, they don't live in the center. They live like around the Messina because right now, like most of the international students, they live in the centers, and the people giving to rent these homes.
Yeah, actually,
like all the city, yeah.
Like-
This the periphery, like the suburbs and the downtown, basically. Yeah, the difference is in Messina that it's rectangular, so there is
Exactly.
center, north, south.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
okay, guys. I think we can wrap up.
Yeah.
Basically, we said that here in Messina the experience are different. You should try the food. You can experience the nightlife.
Even with this limitation,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
also the positive
Even I think
things.
we can just give some advices, which places, like more or less, to
Exactly.
go in winter.
There should
like
be
in
like
summer.
a way to, centralize the information of the nightlife. Okay.
Exactly.
There should be a place where people could like access and say, okay, let's see what can we do tonight, for
Yeah.
example. And
What do you
do
think about this? It will be useful.
For sure. I mean, like, the thing is, like, if you're going out in Italy, I mean, I'm talking about summer season. So summer season is always full. So like, try to get like exact information about if there will be a serata. I mean, like night
it's
out.
difficult.
It's difficult. Yeah, just try to get like exact information. Like if there is a list, try to indulge because it happened to me a lot of times that they told me like there is no one, it's free. Like my friends call me, come, I go, and they say no, you can't enter because it's full. So just try to get all the information. And if you ask me, for me in the night, like in the summer, one of the best clubs is Mama. Like I would agree on that.
We had a
And,
lot of
like,
experience.
yeah, yeah,
Good and bad.
yeah,
Good and bad, a lot.
exactly.
Stasera ce ne andiamo al mama.
Salutiamo, we say hello to our friend Resla, who
Resla.
did a song about this club, by the way. It's called
Really?
Mama, yeah.
Wow. If you
Okay.
have some suggestions, you can also give like which one you like the most.
Me as a Messinese, like love to stay with friends. No, like the experience is to go whatever, but with friends. As Marco said before, like our nights are okay. We try to enter a club. 90% of the time we don't enter, so the experience is the coming back. Now for these reasons, the municipality join a DJ inside the for understanding the problem. It's a problem solving, no? So, but if I have to suggest to experience Messina like in not in a like club way, but deal with a group of friends like Messinese people and like
Follow the flow.
follow them,
flow,
like
yeah,
do some go to Colli and experience the nature. For club or I don't know, like this year in Caffè Letterario is like a perfect example where to go, because is a club in the night, a place to meet with friends, like and talk and do different type of events in the day. So
Yeah, it's a
I
perfect
would suggest
combination.
here actually.
You can just start studying here in the daytime and then party here directly. Like
Exactly.
put your bag outside and just
Exactly.
party here. So
I don't know. We have to ask Daniele if we can sleep also here. But okay, guys. Thank you, Amin,
of course.
and Mark for your time. See you in the next one.
Hi, guys.
Ciao.